Good morning, everybody. So today's going to be a brand new start. We're going to have a great, quick little 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock demonstration. And I'm doing great. Hope you guys are all doing great. And just want to give everybody, well, gosh, we can't even say good morning anymore, can we? It's already noon. And we're just going to go over, you're going to see me do a live hand and arm massage and then a live hand and foot massage on Lauren. So it's observation. Keep in mind, some of you who are estheticians, this would be done, of course, laying down. So we're just going to have, Lauren's going to have a seat here. She's going to be my model. And I don't know about y'all, but when you have towels that you use every day with your family at home, they're really grungy and old. So I took these out of the guest stash so I wouldn't embarrass myself with these towels. And I've just got some, I've already opened it. I just didn't take that plastic. I've got some Dermalogica hydrating lotion. Shout out to Dermalogica. And we're not doing a full manicure or anything. This is just the hand, the arm, the leg, and the foot massage. Hopefully y'all learned something from the lady yesterday on the video. She actually, I couldn't believe when I found that video. She did it almost like me. I was quite surprised. So I was like, wow, her and I are in alignment. I could tell that she had studied years ago as maybe an educator. Oh, I had forgotten to send my message. I needed just 2 more minutes. I was making a grilled cheese. Ryan had to do his homework this morning. He had to do his football workout. He was dripping in sweat this morning. So Alana started you off with all the different types of massages, like acupressure and all of that. So she gave you some good information. She's so motivating and so fresh and so fabulous. No notes. This is just going to be observation for Sydney. And I did want to share something with y'all that just some conversation tips real quick. We have like a mass protocol from the Department of Education right here. And it's like all this verbiage on all this distance learning stuff. And it's just a headache. And this is just one little segment on the distance learning. I guess we're beating a dead horse when we say that we just need y'all to participate. And that's just to protect you for your hours so that if TDLR comes in. And again, this protocol comes straight from the Department of Education, and then TDLR is under the Department of Education. So those guidelines for obtaining your financial aid and stuff. And that's why just commenting and participating and being part of the energy. So if they want to roll this back and make sure that we're giving you the credits that you deserve, then I've got exponential proof. So I appreciate that cooperation from y'all. I know y'all are tired of hearing it, and we don't mean to do that, but you get the idea. So we're going to go over the hand massage. Hopefully you had the moment to watch that Raquel video yesterday. If you didn't, you can text me and I'll tell you which one to watch again. I do want to start off by saying that I'm thinking that these would be a fabulous method for swabbing down your table when you get into, or your beds in your facial room, or the treatment counters of your work surface as a hairstylist. And I had ordered like 4 of these things. They came in late, of course, because the inventory was so low. But this would be a really good, quick little method to disinfect your tabletop. I think now that we're understanding so much about the COVID-19, that it's important that we keep our work surfaces really impeccable. We've all gotten a little lax, and a little is really, we've gotten a lot lax. So I think the consumer and our clients are going to expect a whole lot more from us. So I really think it's important that you have something like this, and this would be really easy. And then remember, after you've used this disinfectant wipe on your table surface between clients, and have some nice linens that are fresh. And then having all of your bottles kind of clean. You could even clean your bottles with these guys. I think that'd be a nice thing. I happen to have a manicure table here at my house because my father-in-law was living with us, before he passed, and he was very sick, and this was his little table that he used for all of his stuff. So it was handy next to his bed. So I got lucky. I have a manicure table here. I'm going to use an additional towel right here. Nail technicians, when y'all go to state board, you're going to see a drawer that's in front of you in cosmetologists when you do the step for the nail portion. You're going to have a little drawer here. Please do not put your Ziploc baggies on the floor. They do not want them on the floor. You're going to pull that drawer out. We've removed the drawers because when you turn, or when we used to use these, we would turn the tables upside down. The drawers would break because it's made of particle board. But pull that drawer out and stuff your Ziploc bag into the drawer that's facing you, and then of course your mannequin hand will be on the other side. That way you can easily get into that drawer. But I'm going to use this as a cushion for Lauren's arm when we do the massage. And I'm just going to do one hand for today. And I liked the way the other lady did it yesterday. She kind of, did her ringing technique like this. And I thought that was really professional looking. So you can adopt any method that you want. Of course, estheticians, the client may be laying on the bed, and then the arm will just be patted and swabbed with an effleurage technique, and then feathering off and laying their hand on the bed. You can even put their hand back under the sheet if that's more comfortable. The other thing I want to suggest to you, very important, sometimes people like to warm up a towel, and if you don't have a hot towel cabbie, a lot of times people want to warm up their towel in a microwave. If you'll do some research on the microwave version of that, it actually has caught fire, and there's been a couple of people that actually died because their burns were so significant. So let's avoid using the microwave for steam toweling and stuff. If you don't have a hot towel cabbie and you don't want to purchase one, you can purchase one on Amazon. It's really, really economical. They look very professional. That's going to be your best method. But if you don't, just use yourself a nice little crock pot. We use this one almost every day to make food in. It's just a small little one, but you could get the larger ones, and the crock pot is awesome. And for those of you who have never done that, maybe you're brand new, you're not going to put water in the pot. You're going to put hot water or warm water on your towel, saturate it, and then you can also add some essential oils to the towel. Or pepper it into it, and that's going to give it a nice warm, a nice scent for your client. Then I like to fold it in half, and then I like to go like this. And then you could stand up, if you have a proper size crock pot, you could stand them up like this and probably get 6 to 8 towels in there. Considering you might do 6 clients, 3 to 6 clients on your manicure, and then your pedicure, of course. Right now, I want you to just think about that warmth and what it does, and how fabulous that smell and that warmth is. And actually, the lady who has done my nails and my feet here in Lakeway before, and I'm missing her like crazy, she always brings a towel to the manicure table from the back. While she gets up and I'm sitting there for a few minutes, she goes to the back, she comes back with a towel. Make sure it doesn't burn the client, so you might feather it like this. Our esthetician students know this all too well. These suckers can get really hot. I like it very hot, and I don't like it when it comes even lukewarm. So you've got to get that perfect temperature to have the results. But then you can shake it and let the air get it and get some of that massive heat off of there. And Katie will go over towel steaming for the face when we get into that. But, and of course, nail technicians won't engage in that part. But offering this little extra service is extremely fun, What you also might want to do when you're giving a manicure service, or someone is just relaxing and they're getting the towel massage for our nail technicians and cosmetologists, soaking their feet in a really pretty ceramic bowl. Maybe you could find some really unique bowl. They do make some for our industry. They are extremely expensive. They're about $300. They're beautiful. But the client could be soaking, and then you could slice up some lemons or citrus or orange or something to just let them enjoy a little bit of pampering with that too, and essential oils. So the total experience is what you want to go for, because you need to make your services as unique as possible. so that you are above the fray. Do something a little more unique than your competition to um, um, help you be a little bit more advantageous to other people in your profession. Okay, so that's just a few little tidbits, and like I said, I just have this as my towel cushion. So oftentimes we see unclean areas in our industry. So again, just be mindful of that. When you use that towel cab, the hot cabbie, that is really to pull all that unnecessary oil off the hand that maybe hasn't soaked in all the way. And that can be a real nuisance if you don't have that. It's like all this lotion is everywhere, and you're like, ugh, what do I do with all this extra lotion? So that towel right there is very helpful in making that awkward situation so much better. I have a little bit of allergies. Okay, so I'm going to start first with the hand and arm massage. Nail technicians, estheticians, cosmetologists, all of you, this position for a lengthy period of time, and this chair is seated a little too low, but it's the only chair I have right now. This is a little too low for me, but this position right here is going to require you to need to get with your, when you're doing facial treatments, you're doing pedicures, you're doing manicures, you're going to need to see your chiro for adjustments regularly. And they're actually very reasonable. I know our best friend is one, and the adjustment can be like $15 to $20. It's a quick little adjustment. He just lays you on the table and you're good to go. Keeping your spine and your neck and everything working properly and ergonomically, we have a tendency to lean over too much and disalign ourselves. And I've had many people who have graduated and have shared that information with me to make sure that I convey that message to you and how very important it is. So I have one bottle of hand gel sanitizer in this house, and I keep it in my car for the purpose of going in and out of stores. So I don't have it on my table, but we're all just going to sort of pretend. Oh, and just keep in mind too, our hydrogen peroxide is a great, we talked about this in our first week of bacteriology, that we stretched that out and learned, I felt like a lot. This is a great disinfectant aid, and it's reasonable. So you can actually use this too. If you don't want this on your fingertips, you could use this with a paper towel or cotton swab, or a Pledget if that's all you have. So remember, hydrogen peroxide is an excellent disinfectant solution. Okay, just keep in mind, keep a real nice, neat area, and to make the person really feel your ultimate professionalism. Okay, so I would normally sanitize my hands right now. I would offer my clients some sanitizer if I were beginning the service. Remember, we don't touch the bottle to the skin. We dispense it like this. Ask your client to rub that in. Pretend. Okay. Now, I'm going to dispense some of my Dermalogica. This one right here is the Body Hydrating Cream. It smells wonderful. I'm not going to touch the tip of the bottle. I'm going to show that I'm not doing that in front of my client. Okay. And this retail product could be sitting right here, and then you could be killing two birds with one stone, and you could say, hey, I've got this on sale. Maybe you got it on sale because Dermalogica sends lots and lots of little promo things, and maybe you got it on sale. So maybe now you can offer it for $5 less. And so maybe the client will really enjoy that. So the first thing I want to do is start out with a large amount, and then if you're going to have some clients that you want a nice, good slip. And sometimes I don't even know yet. I haven't tried this one, a hand and arm massage. But if it doesn't have enough slip to it, you may want to make your own with like a body oil. Try to get those oils that are fragrance free. Sometimes they'll come in a great big gallon, but be careful because the gallon of oils that you can get from massage therapists stock, those oils, the shelf life can go rancid if you're not using it really frequent. So you might want to get a smaller one. They can get really nasty and rancid, I promise you. So, but scented free is going to be great for those people who are extremely allergic, have a lot of sensitivities. And then you could ask them, may I pepper some of my essential oils into this oil. So I'm going to start. Now, for me, I'm only 5 foot 1.5 to 2, so it's really hard for my body to reach over. So for me personally, I don't have a long torso, unfortunately. So I actually, as a nail technician, would prefer to stand, and cosmetologist. So I'm actually going to stand. I can get more momentum, and my nail technician, she actually stands as well. So I'm going to go ahead and warm up the oil in my hand first. And then the first thing I want to do is I just want to distribute softly from and really pay attention to my elbow first. Now, yesterday, the video that you saw Raquel, and she was starting on the hand. And so everybody can do this differently. It's got a pretty good slip to it, doesn't it? It's got some nice oil content to it. I'm sure our estheticians have worked with it. Now, my hands are dirty, okay? So if I needed more, technically, I would want to get my hand gel sanitizer. Don't touch the tip of the bottle. I'm going to just add a little bit more on Lauren because she seems to be a little bit dry. So I'm going to kind of just warm this up and really massage that elbow, okay? And I'm just going to do one arm, one hand, one leg, and one foot, and that's going to be our lesson for the day, okay?
Oh, my leg is going in this video.
Your leg is going in this video. Now, once we get this done, now, Lauren, I want to ask you a question. Do you feel like you're having to raise your arm and lift it for me? Or are you allowing me to?
No, I feel like I'm just resting.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So if you're not pulling hard enough, you know those people that go like this? Does that feel like you're having to hold it up?
Not really. It kind of feels good.
Okay, well, I'm strong, so I have a tendency to balance the weight. But some of you are delicate little flowers, because I've seen y'all work your highlights and other different techniques in the blow dryer. So really use some muscle to lift this up for the client. Okay, so the first one I like to do is a friction movement, and you can just kind of go like this with your thumb. Go all the way inside that elbow right in here and get that in the inner fold of the elbow and massage that, and then slide down. I'm holding the wrist with my left hand and supporting that weight. Now I'm going up, 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 up. Is it tickle?
Feels good.
Now when I pull down, I'm pressing like this along that meridian. Up, 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 and down. Now I'm going to do the other side. One of the questions you'll be asked from the 2 to 4 lesson, no, the 5 to 6 lesson is, now this is deep rubbing. Deep rubbing is also known as friction. Now some people will do a little bit faster. Which one feels better?
The other one.
The other one. Okay. The other one, would you say is more relaxing?
Yeah, I mean, this feels good too, but it's like,
okay.
definitely more
and I'm just repeating this, but on that other lesson, you want to repeat each motion 3 to 6 times, okay? So anywhere 3 to 6, that's going to be the answer on your state board. So that's the deep rubbing. So then our next one, I like to call well, first of all, this would be our ringing motion. Now the other lady, Raquel, she did a little different, but when I'm standing up, this is easier on my back and shoulders than if I'm sitting. And I'm going across and around. Also, the posture of me standing signals that I actually care about this massage. Is it hurting? Do you need more?
No.
Because the slip feels good to me.
Yeah.
Now then I'm going to go on the other side. And I'm going to wrap my fingers around the arm. Can you see? And my thumb is doing a little bit of pressure. So this is my style of ringing. And, but Raquel did it, like this. Okay, with distance apart and a ringing motion. So again, I have my deep rubbing, okay, on each side and slide down. Then I have what I just do?
The ringing?
The ringing, sorry.
Right.
I hold the wrist with one hand and ring on one side of the arm. Hold the wrist here and ring on the other side. This is what I don't like to see is people go like this and just put the arm down and they kind of go like this and they sort of pat. I would feel like I was cheated, so to speak. I'm going to get a little bit more motion. I shouldn't interrupt my massage if at all possible. Y'all learned about that, I think, with maybe Kimberly yesterday. Okay, so we have deep rubbing. We have ringing. And then effleurage is just a nice stroking or feathering movement. And when people have a lot of hair on their arms, such as men or women who just don't shave their arms like me, I think that'd be fun though, is you can just feather off that hair there. Now the next one I like to do is put my fingers from the inside like this inside the hand, and I like to press really hard. So I had a boyfriend one time, and his mother made tortillas, and this was kind of what remind this motion right here kind of reminds me when she was teaching me how to make tortillas. And I would rub like this. Knead that dough.
That feels
Um,
good.
yes, this is one of my most favorite. And then concentrate on that wrist with a little bit of a deep rubbing and my fingers underneath. I've never massaged your hand out. Well, yes, in the wintertime I go to me and Ryan's
Well, you don't
bedside.
massage it really. You just put lotion
In the
on it.
wintertime I go to y'all's bedside and do it for y'all. Now, inside the palm, I'm really pressing in between the webs of our between the
Oh,
fingers.
That's a lot of pressure.
Oh, it feels super. I'm pretty strong. And then
Just on that one. It's
oh,
like,
okay.
come
And then
on.
right in here, really, how's that feel?
That feels good. It's
Yeah,
just
I
that
love
one
that.
finger is sensitive.
Okay. I love this one right in here. Okay, and then so the top, the palm. So what fingers are doing it? Thumbs are doing it on top, and this part of my hand is pushing along with the thumbs and spreading that out. There's some diagrams that you'll see online where it's like arrows that run across the top, and what I'm doing is I'm spreading that, and then I'm going here, and then I go in between the pads of the fingers, like, oh, sorry.
It's okay.
And then I'm going to always start with the pinky. I don't know why, it's just customary, and it's just customary in our profession, our industry. Is we start on the pinky. I'm going to run down that meridian right there, and I'm just going to pull, and we call this a snap. And then we're just going to run down that meridian and pull. How's that feel?
Good.
And we'll run down that meridian and pull. Run down that meridian and pull. And then finally, the right hand is going to have to come in and do the thumb so I can hold the weight of her arm and snap. Then, right now, I do feel a pretty much an oil content, don't you? As such, nail technicians, I think this would be fabulous. Plus, if you have estheticians who are working in your field, the two of you can work together in tandem to share clients. And so if you're using some of the line that they're using in the body cream, they'll want to maybe go visit the other side. You'll need to work in tandem as a group and gain those friendships and really allow those to blossom and find ways to share those clients who are walking in that foot traffic. Finally, I like to really rub in the cuticle like so. And right now we have enough oil on our hand. It doesn't look like it. I know some of the oil that we use is extremely economical at the school. It's still good lotion, but it'll show an abundance of lotion on the skin. Nail technicians and estheticians, if y'all want to buy this just to practice on your own and use it in the school, and you use it just for you and your clients so that you can get used to it, feel free to buy that and use whatever lotions you want, because we are not a product school. We do allow you to experiment with different products. So then this would be the ending, and I would go to my my cabinet, or my cabinet, my dry cabinet. My towel cabbie. Towel cabbies on Amazon. Nail technicians, I totally encourage you to get one as well, or just use your crock pot. Who cares? But let's not use the microwave again. It's very extremely hazardous, and I have seen fires on the YouTubes, and it's not cool. So a long time ago, I realized we're not doing that. Let it air out, and then you'll just make sure to hold the hand. Don't do like this. You look kind of, I don't know. This doesn't look good. Okay. Use the hand and swab down, hold the hand, and then whatever's left in your towel, you can get it off of your hand. And then again, what would you do? Hand gel sanitize. Okay, any questions? I'm gonna look again real quick at the chats or comments for anyone who has questions on arm and hand. Let me look at my glasses. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Kimberly. That's a fulling, yes. And Okay, I have something wrong with me because I hate this problem in here. Annabelle, I know sometimes I'm the same way. I'm like hesitant for people to spend any of their quality time with me. Do you know how many times I've told my nail lady, it's okay, don't worry about it. I feel good, don't worry about it. I think it's this, that they need a break, or I don't know. I don't know what it is for me, but I've done that before. Not yeah, touching people long periods of time, yeah. Pretty fun. Okay, good. So I do encourage you all. Y'all are gonna have an easy assignment tomorrow. You're gonna have to show us a little clip of what I just did on a video on someone else, and that's what you're gonna send in for the 2 to 4 o'clock. So that'll be coming up tomorrow. It's gonna be logged in on TDLR as a practical hour. Jeremy has to log those specifically. I'll tell you what, guys, these darn guidelines of what we have to follow are just crazy. It makes us crazy on the backside of what y'all don't have to really see. But okay, good. Glad y'all like that. So between, oh, I'm so glad, April. Perfect. Be prepared to have some lotion around your house so that you can do this on your you will do that on your own. The video is going to have to be kind of quick. It's going to be short, and you're going to send some estheticians are going to send it to Katie for credit. Cosmetologist North are going to send it to a different teacher, so that one teacher doesn't have to watch everybody's. It's just going to be really fast. Let me demonstrate that for you, how quickly I want you to do it. So have a seat, Lauren. It's going to be something like this when you demo it. I want you to be able to distribute the lotion from the elbow to the hands, because for you to film it and do it quickly, because it won't send through an email if it's too long. I don't want you to give me a whole long drawn out process. Just knowledge that you know to include the elbow, that you know to do some friction, deep rubbing, moving up, that you know how to do your ringing. Now the sliding motion, you do have to kind of go like this, long slide motion sometimes, or because if you do it, you have to ask the client on Raquel's video to hold their arm, and that just is so hard, especially for older ladies. Massaging the wrist, including these fingers, top of the hand, inside the palm, between these little webby guys, running down and snap, running down and snap, running down, and that's it. So if you can show me that kind of quick, send that to me, to the appropriate person when we give you that tomorrow. And then the leg, then you'll be accounted credit for a practical hour, okay? All right, so, because we just got approval for that, and it now has to, poor Jeremy, he has to now log those hours separately, if you can believe that. We're having to keep up with your practical versus your theory. So now I'm going to quickly go over the leg and foot. Now, estheticians, you could incorporate a little footsie in your, and they have little foot mitts, warming mitts. It's like a little heated blanket for the hands and for the feet. I think it would be totally cool. I know it doesn't smell good. Totally cool extra added service when your client is getting a facial or something. Just go that extra mile, that little extra mile to just make that client feel amazing, like you've done something really extra special. And you'll notice a little bit larger tip, and you'll notice a repeat business, and you're just going the extra mile to help them feel very special. And that's what your whole goal is, because your licensure is about beauty, assisting with beauty, continuing the beauty of the skin, the hair, and the nails. And so when you do that, it's fabulous. Now, remember your little Lysol wipes. These are fabulous. And if you have these sitting even on the floor next to you as a pedicurist or a nail technician, or they're sitting in a room, in your treatment rooms and such, someone is knowing that you are taking complete care of them. Because I have a friend right now who's been really struggling with this whole thing. She is so freaked out and very nervous. And there are so many people in the world who are very, very nervous about this virus. It's creating a lot of anxiety for them. And there's more people like that than we really realize. Okay, so now, whether you're laying on a treatment bed getting a facial, sorry, Lauren, or you are a pedicurist getting a foot massage, or a cosmetologist getting a foot massage, okay, Hopefully you know how to apply a video on your phone. On your settings, there's insert. When you hit copy and paste or you send, you should be able to send it. If you have any trouble, Katie's really good at helping us with that. Okay, so one of the, I'm gonna push the screen down so maybe y'all can see, and hopefully my floors are not too dirty. So this right here, put your foot up here, Lauren. You see how the foot kind of goes between the leg like this? Sometimes I like a little more cushion. When I was in beauty school, I think I used way too many towels trying to make my job easier, but because maybe it has something to do with not having a long enough torso, but I liked kind of keeping that. And then I would actually take, let me show you another thing. I actually would, now lift your foot again. I would take one flat towel because I wanted this towel clean. And then when this one was completely saturated with oil and yuck, then I would pick this one up, get a fresh towel, and put another towel up underneath it. And again, how awesome is this foot gonna feel after a hot towel on that with essential oils flowing into their nasalis, through their vomer bone. See, now y'all are so smart. Okay, so I am gonna show you, and I wish I had turned around, I may have to turn around. For me, I am so short that the toes are like in my face. The height is not right, her chair versus my chair. These are all going to be things, kinks, that when you buy your furniture, that you decide what's going to be best for your furniture as far as the setting. Maybe you want a stool for this portion. Maybe you want to stand. Me personally, I'm going to show you what I normally do. Every time when I was in beauty school and I did pedicures, yes, cosmetologists, even when I didn't want to do them, Lauren and I are going to trade chairs so I can show you, because I have to be on this side to be able to show you. And where's our lotion? Okay. So this right here, put your foot back up. This right here was a little difficult. Okay. So for me, in fact, my son needed his toenails trimmed, and I was showing Lauren yesterday, if she ever has to get a manicure or pedicure, that trimming someone's toenails as a nail technician. And even if you do this on your grandmother or your relatives, we know that a lot of our family members cannot reach their feet and they do not have that flexibility anymore. You may even have to use tip cutters for some of those older people that you love, that you want to take care of at home, that took care of you as a small child, or later. Do something nice for them, and ask them if they need their toenails trimmed. I once had the sweetest story. I had a nail technician that was giving nails, manicures and pedicures to a client who'd been coming for, 30 years to the school. And the student could not use, the toenail trimmer was not strong enough. Our toenails get really thick. It's called onychophagy. No, it's called onychotrophia, and that's the thickening of the nails, where the nails grow in thick layers. And she stopped in the middle of her service, went and bought a $20 tip cutter at Sally, came back and did that service for that person. And that's just like the ultimate humility. And I will never forget that student. She was awesome from the beginning all the way to the end. And that's probably, been a good 9 years ago, but it was just fabulous. So anyway, so what I do to do this and help on my body, because I can't do like this. Now put your foot down. I'm going to show you what I did in beauty school, and it might work for y'all. And if it doesn't, I prefer, and I showed Lauren and Ryan this yesterday. Well, I'll show Lauren because I don't know that Ryan's going to be a pedicurist, but now when she puts her foot up here, go ahead and put your foot up. Then I could trim the nails like this, and I can get into my massage here, or I can polish better. I can pull the skin back, and I can do the mechanics that need. So use some versatility in changing your body position. Just because you see everyone sitting from the back side doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do that too. You can turn however you want. There's no rules on that. And then you can tell that I need to be a little bit lower than she is. So I'm going to go ahead and put her foot like this, just because the chairs are not perfect right now. And I'm going to protect my chair from the oils. Not that this chair is anything special, but so here I go. I'm going to sanitize my hands first. I'm going to make sure the tip of the bottle does not come into contact with my skin. I'm going to warm up my lotion, and I'm going to distribute the lotion the same way that I did for the arm. So I want you to think of this as the arm, and the knee and the would be like the elbow. Okay. So when I do this, again, all I'm going to do is that deep rubbing. You're not going to have to show me the leg.
Less pressure.
Less pressure?
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's
I'm
okay.
really strong. These fingers, you didn't know mommy was that strong, did you? So, so I'm doing a deep rubbing motion. The thumb is doing the rubbing and my fingertips here. So remember deep rubbing, sorry.
It's okay.
Deep rubbing, remember, is penetrating down into the muscle, but not too hard. Now I'm going to go on the other side. Hopefully y'all can see. This is kind of weird. I don't think I'll ever forget about this. You know, those of you who are brand new, our campus, 2 weeks before Ryan was born, we had a fire at the North Campus, and 120 students were in a makeshift building. Not one student dropped from the program. We were in a temporary office setting where the students were all in glass cubicles, and we only had 5 students to a room, and they would have to rotate, and that was their training with no
I
shampoo
didn't know
bowls.
that.
Yeah, and then I delivered Ryan, and I would go into work every day breastfeeding in the car with my pump and coming home and working. So again, deep rubbing like so, and slide down. Deep rubbing and slide down. Now the ringing, just do, all you're doing is mocking the same exact steps that you did on the arm, but pretending, you're just mocking those same steps that I did on her arm. It's better after the foot has actually been in some water, so you will have more slip. And see how I'm doing my tortillas on top of the, yeah, she has a little bruise. She had a little stress fracture from taking a 10-mile walk one day, so she overdid it. Does that feel good?
Yeah.
Now you see how I'm getting the heel in here? Now some people, they will do kind of a kneading motion. Tickle?
It hurts.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. That's better.
The thumb is, I'm creating a lot of kneading pressure in there.
I'm so sensitive.
I know, honey. It's okay. I should have done this during the winter time to y'all's feet. And then again, all you're doing is ending off and snapping on those toes like that, and really massaging the okay. Okay.
Sorry.
And then your feathering technique again, just grasping that foot and bringing it down in a calming position. You can also flex the foot back and forth. Estheticians, I would suggest that y'all did the little foot massage like this to your clients, and then incorporate your nail tech. Get your friends in the salon to support you. Get your friends to come in here and say, I'm going to give you a complimentary nail polish while your mask is sitting on. Engage these other people. They're going to be so vital to your success. Work in tandem. It's extremely important to have good, healthy friendships in the salon because they're going to support you like you cannot believe. And if you kind of work in tandem like that, when you have a tough morning, maybe you have a child that woke up with a fever, that client will know another face in that salon and can walk up to you or walk up to that client and express their concerns. Maybe that client cannot get their hair colored that day, but that client could get a free facial from you. That could spark that could go ahead and spark your business in your first relationship building with them. So extremely important for y'all to do that. Let's see here. I've seen
Are you done
pedicures.
with my leg?
Yes.
Okay.
And then again, get your hot towel and you'll just, you know, you want to use the towel for your oil. And then Lauren, if you could go and put our crock pot back up. It is hot in this house. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to look at any comments that y'all have real quick. Let's see. I need my glasses though. Oh, gloves. In my opinion, if you use gloves, everybody, if you use gloves on one person, use gloves on everybody, because it's insulting to use gloves on just one person, unless of course they have fungus, and you're just going to make sure that that communication is there and that you can say, hey, I'm a little concerned that you could have a little bit of nail fungus on here, but you know, I'm going to take some precautions if you don't mind, and I'm not trying to insult you, but I just want to make sure that I don't spread any kind of fungus. So you could do that if you want. Let's see. Let's see. See if there's any questions I have. Perfect. Oh, good. Kimberly, you're chiming in, helping me. Good. So to answer questions for tomorrow, more than likely during, I think I made the schedule, but it's not up yet. Every day when I get done, I have to make the new schedule, and then all of us instructors are taking this time to make sure your hours and communicating with each other. So I will be a little more diligent and helpful in trying to send you all the agenda for each day. I attempted to do that today. Um, Lauren had expressed that that would be helpful. She had seen some comments and that would be helpful for you. So I'm going to try to do that for you guys so that you have a little more understanding of how that could assist you in your daily planning every day. Oh, scroll up. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, requires gloves at the first time, but seeing some people's feet, you just have to be right. Okay. I really just think that it's all or nothing on gloves, all or nothing. Um, it's just extremely insulting if one client is a good friend and she goes home and she says, hey, I got my pedicure and I go to Jane Doe for my pedicures. And then the other person goes, does she wear gloves on you? Because I've never had that before. And the other one goes, no, why would she be using? And that just creates a stir of negativity. And it's just, I don't think it's very professional. So you either do the service with gloves or without gloves on everybody. And I think that's a personal opinion, but we could certainly do some more research on that. Yes, Sam, my room is filled with this smell right here. This hydrating body. And guys, this is the professional version. This is the professional size. It has got a lot. I really didn't need to use that much. And had Lauren been soaking in water first, it might have been even better. Estheticians, if I were you, I'd probably take a damp, warm towel to the foot first from your towel cabbie, apply it to the foot first, wrapped up with some essential oil, then do the massage on top of that. And that way you could get some slip out of that. And then go to your friend in the salon who's a nail technician or a cosmetologist and ask them to come and maybe do their nail color on their feet for a special little gift. Maybe it's Valentine's Day, and maybe you just want to say, hey, we want to spread the love within our salon, and we want everyone to love each other, and this is our little gift to you. But remember, estheticians, very important. You got to remove all the nail, the oil from the nail plate. The nail plate is called the body. That's another name for it, state board. Nail plate or nail body, and you want to remove all the oil from that. Otherwise, it's not going to dry, and they're going to have yucky toenails that have an indented nail color now. So, or have, as they're exiting, have them put some petty slippers on and go to the drying station and dry. No foot massage for anybody on the video. The video will only be the hand and the arm, and that'll be tomorrow. And I'll make sure that I spell that out in detail so that there's no confusion on that on an email tonight. So I hope that works for y'all. It is 12:44. We didn't take a break, so I am going to sign off, and you could be looking forward to us showing staff for credit doing a little hand and arm massage, showing, since y'all all have to do it or will do it in your licensure. Cosmetologists, this would be a fabulous way for you to gain some additional clients as well, by pampering them. Just keep remembering, guys, pamper, 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 because pamper is beauty, and beauty is making someone feel, every single one of you that wanted to go to beauty school in some form or fashion, whatever course it is, you all walked in that office, or you all conveyed a message, and that message was you want to make people feel good. And when you want to make people feel good, it's important that you do these extra things, and um, don't look at it as you, oh gosh, I don't want to do that. That extra goes a long way, and it sends a message, an emotional message and a psychological message to your clients of how much you love them. So even if you have little lotions like this that work, anything at home that you have, but that's going to be the agenda. And so if you want to create that little video now to where you don't have to, or do it in your spare time, you'll be prepared for tomorrow on that. Just hand and arm, just make sure it's emailable to where it goes through. It doesn't have to be all set up and nice and everything. I just want to see that you were present, that you're participating, and that we have documentation of that. Okay. All right. Have a fabulous day. I also want to tell you that I had been meaning to tell you that on Sunday, next Sunday, which is Easter, we won't have any 3 hours. So get as many hours as you can this week. No 3 hours on Easter. Um, I think I still am doing an egg hunt for my grown kids. So we'll be doing that. So anyway, love to everyone. Stay well, stay healthy, protect yourself out there, and have a great day. The notes, you will need to take some notes for Katie. She may not go, it may not fulfill the entire time because it is kind of brief. It's very brief. So chime in with her, and that's what you'll be sending for credit for your 2 to 4 hour today. Y'all have a great day. Bye.